problem, then there will be no need for you to be helped. As one person would say, you and I don't accept that we are sick. When we are sick, doesn't change the fact that we are sick. Am I right? So we don't accept that we are sick, even though we are sick. And if we fail to go to the hospital and get medical attention, we eventually will succumb to it. And so man's temptation is due to the pull of his own inward desire. Our temptations that we face come as a result of inward desires. If there are no inward desires, there will be no temptation. There must be a puller. There must be something, a stimulus, something that will want you and I to desire this thing. All right? So it comes through our own inward desires, which greatly attract us. Right? So the desire that we have, each time we see that which we desire, it gets our attention. Yeah? And it's a struggle. I like how David dealt with it in Psalm 19. Psalm 19, I think about verse 12, David says, keep back thy servant from presumptuous sin. In essence, what David was saying that, God, there's some things that I desire that you forbid, but God, I am weak. So guess what, God? Hold them up. Because even though I mentioned I shall not do it and thou shalt not do it, but at the same time, you still find yourself doing it. Alright? So that's one of the reality. So the main reason you and I do things because we like it. Am I right? Am I right? We do things because we like it. The things that we don't like, we don't do it. And so we stay out, we avoid it. Remember, it will not even get our attention. But the things that we do is as a result that we like them. Look at this one. When we know something is bad for us, but yet we still do it, it's because we want it. It's like somebody said, doctor said, I must stop eating sweets, but some of them want to eat food. Huh? I know you must not eat chocolate. But when you say Snickers, you're weak. All right. You're lactose intolerant, but somehow you and there, brother, have a good thing going on. And you even say it's only one. I'm not going to eat anymore. It's a long time I don't eat any, And nothing is wrong, because now I would eat 3 or 4 in a day, and so yesterday I've had any. So nothing is wrong if I just get one last. So it's something that we want. Sometimes we try to ignore the problem of self-control by denying. In essence, we're saying that it's not there. That's the problem. As I said before, if you and I are sick and we don't accept that we are sick and go to the doctor and get help, I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. We're going to succumb and die. And the only way we can get help, we're going to accept that we need help. All right? This is how we approach it. See, that's important. Look how we approach it. What problem? I don't have a problem. You should have a problem. The problem is with you. That's how we normally deal with it. What problem? I don't have a problem. Maybe you have a problem. It's just the way I am. You know, some people say, I'm so scared. My mother is still like that. And my mother was like that. And guess what? I can understand that my great grandmother was like that. So I can't help because so scared. But guess what? If your grandma never changed, if great grand never changed, your mother never changed, and you not changed, it means all you're going to suffer the consequence of the action. But not only that, you will say also, everybody else is doing it. You will come across that. But the other look like I'm the only person doing it. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. Everyone is doing it. These are some of the excuses that we find. Sometimes we blame others. The truth. If I just have a different parent. When I was younger, I used to say that. I used to say that. I used to say, why I never born in a family that was rich, why when I grew up, my parents could have that I could get a baby spice. All right, and I couldn't get wear a Nike with Christmas time, and able to wear a pack of jeans. Somebody too young, you don't know about pack of jeans, and she was a cool year. I'm telling you, there are times we will blame others. And I'm not saying that other person's action don't affect us, but sometimes it's important. All right, this is the next one. Devil made me do it. Satan, not true. Because of Satan why I do it. So you can't hold against him because Satan wants me. But as long as you and I waste energy of making excuses, we can't make progress. We'll never make progress. One of the worst things is to know about a thing and don't do nothing about it. And the other person will be able to diagnose themselves, but at the same time, they don't have the will to take the medication. And that is very important. All right? The starting point for developing self-control is to face what God has already said in His Word. Everyone who sins is a slave to sin. Do you want more self-control? As we all examine our life, I want more self-control. The areas of my life that need self-control. Because all the way we fully have it together is going to make sense. Am I right? Am I right? There are areas in our lives that we all need to manage better. Some of us, it could be our time. Am I right? Some of us, we are procrastinators. We are too many to go to the because, it's just 7 o'clock. I can sleep a little longer. And before you know it, a 8:45 and you are rusting. And then before you know it, you get miserable and start to blame everybody else. Not true. Procrastinators. Some of us do as well, we need self-control with our resources or money. Because sometimes we think that having more money means you have more money to spend. Do you know that's one of the trap that affects a lot of persons? For example, somebody will promise you money here. And budget. I said, this not no. See that John said, I'm here, said, don't give me a money Friday. So you always want to, want to have that thing here. And so, you got it all night. I said, don't worry, I said, well, bring it come Friday. And then Friday, this guy got John. I said, whoa, this John called, man. And you're so anxious. And when you go to call about John, you don't think of the credit, but you buy this credit. I flow credit, you buy the credit, so they get the money, you buy the credit. And when you call John, that thing there, the day will finish your thing, but we don't see why you know what going on. I said, all right, so what time we can call about? And John said, you don't call me, you call you when the problem. And it starts swelling, and the person who you trust starts crying. You guys experience that? Better control of our money. Also, better control over our talents. You know that some of us have talent, but we're not utilizing it as well. You know why? Because we see our talents just as those hobbies. There are some people, everything put into them, you have to pay. You know that? Look at time, you have to pay. The people cheer for you, you got to pay. The people knowledge about the thing, you got to pay. As far as they're concerned, it is their talent. And you got to pay. It don't mean that everything must be paid for. But at the same time, know your talents and make your talents work for you. So when you have great talents, where you can utilize and earn additional income, But because you limit yourself, can I tell you something? Stop thinking that you have to work for somebody. Think how you can create business that other people can work. I learned that principle about at age 21. I think that at the time, if I'm not going out to work, and in my mind, then I'm not enough. But at age 21, when I resigned my job and decided to do some business for myself, I was amazed of how I was able to be at home, but utilizing whatever talent that I have to generate income. The only thing about it is that I would have to be more disciplined than when I was going out. Now, when I was going out, I only need to do a show. But no, when I was doing my own thing, I have to wake up early. I don't get in the morning. I'm going to do anything. All right? So we have to think like that. You know, one of the things that amazed me, and I think one time, you know, a youngster said, you know, you actually not school in September. I asked everybody, you know, what they want to become. You know, and said, I want to be a professional footballer. I said, take your foolishness, take your education. No, I'm telling you, you said, what is that? A professional athlete. I said, what, man, listen up, man, take your foolishness. No, I'm telling you, when I ask the kids what they want to become, most of them, I want to be a professional athlete, and I can't say, you know, because guess what? I never make money. Don't think about it, show them about the talent. But you know, it's important that we understand, be good resource stewards of our resources. So for us to get more self-control, we have to admit there's a problem and be specific about it. We need to be specific about the problem. Still that one, I'm just emphasizing. All right? Be specific in the sense of name the problem. Name the problem. All of some problem, but all the problem have a name. Name the problem. What is my problem? What is your problem? Mine may not be yours, and yours may not be mine, but we all have a problem. You have to name it. Because it is in naming the problem, you know what approach you need to take. Secondly, see where you can get help. No, we still don't say that one. I tell you this. See where you can get help. You cannot be going to a shoemaker when you want a pants to be made or a dress to be made. And can I tell you something? There are some people who volunteer to say, what you can't do. So what is something? If every time you have counselors unknown, and most of the time, some people I know your business. Can you know the capacity to deal with the situation? There is a difference between an advisor and a counselor. Advisor won't tell you what you want, tell you what you must do. A counselor facilitate the process with you, help you to know the options that you have, explore them with you, so that any day you feel like you are part of the process. That when the conversation ends, you feel empowered and you can do. An advisor will tell you some stuff and feel good, it sounds good, but when the can go over, it's like you come back down to earth. Gravity bring you back to earth. So no way can get there. So the problem could be with food. Anybody have a food problem? A food problem. Yeah. Anyone who and food have a good thing going on? Huh? No, seriously, there's a person, they have food have a good thing going on. It could be a drink problem. All right? And drink don't be alcohol. It could mean that you have a problem with ice water. You know that ice water gives you belly. You may never know that. Ice water never quench a thirst. You never know. Ice water get big to me. And the more you drink ice water, the more you want. And when you finish, you realize that you have a mound in front of you. Yeah? Take your wife to get rid of it. It could also mean a problem with words. I mean words. Some person, I'm telling you, them tongue come like a razor. It's queen of the job. And sometimes it's like if they are helping, you know, them those cut the jaw, you take them up in the But the words that they share, it come deep. So it's important that we're able to manage that process. Some person need control with their temper. There's some person, you know, the moment you and them have a conflict and have about 2 minutes of exchange, them hand, they nibble. Yeah? And before you know it, trouble. It could also mean we need self-control with television, social media. And let me jump to number 2. Step number 2. Romans 14 verse 4 is the scripture. Put your past behind you. Put your past behind you. Your past is history. Your past is under your feet. Your past will only be a reality when you revisit it. 14:4. Put your past behind you. You are Paul in Philippians chapter 3, verse 13 says, this one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and pressing forward, I press towards the high calling in Christ Jesus. Let me tell you something. The only way a person will bring up their past and have power over you is when you first visit. Can I repeat that? The only way a person bringing up your past will affect you is when you have not released your past. They are persons who are deep sea divers. Some of them they volunteer themselves to go back to their past. So they are trying to press forward, they are trying to get past the past. And they keep on bringing it up, haunting you, haunting you. You have to tell yourself that, guess what? The past is history. Our past will not give us a future. Why our past will not give us a future? Because our past will rob us from the present. And the only way we can have a future based on our present is our present shape our future. So once you and I seek to relate according to the past, we will never live in the present and we will never have a future. That's why it's important for you to release yourself from the past, and there's no past that is too bad that you cannot let go. I tell you something, the devil loves to work on our past, to haunt us and to taunt us. Not because you were weak in the past, it means that you will repeat the past action. So here what we say most times. I never be able to get over this. You know why? Because we continue to define ourselves upon the past. It's when you and I release our past and people seek to remind us about our past, we say, yes, that was I, but this is who I am now. Yes. So you say to them, yes, man, I know, but that is my history. That is under my feet. So guess what? If you want to go for my past, and because my past is under my feet, then you're going to be under my feet. Therefore, because you're under my feet, that means you are powerless. It doesn't matter what you say, you are powerless. Failures in the past does not mean that you will never be able to achieve. Guys, don't let nobody hold you captive. Your failures in the past doesn't mean that you will not change. You know that sometimes our people make people not change. And I'm trying to change, and you keep talking about, and you keep pulling that, and what is that? Now persons trying to hold us back, and it's sad. You know the worst thing, you're trying to get past the past, and somebody keep on haunting you their past. That is, I tell you. If you're not focused on our past failures, there's no guarantee that we won't repeat it. You ever nervous about something? You ever get a task today and you're nervous? And because you can't do the task, and nervousness make you feel it. The nervousness causes you to feel. Sometimes you have to just take your mind off the thing. I tell you something, Bridget, about July this year. I said I was doing some painting, you know, woman climb up on those things. And I was paint at them. Look at my eye, everything, you know, white out. I hate it. So me I try to shout to talk myself and the moment started to and I said, no, come on, hospital. I'm going to never go over you. I tell you something. And my assess mind and push food, nigga something, mind. And then chew up a bag of sea light to it, you know, say, I was something. And the doctor said, yeah, you can't close the eye and the two, I need something, you know, wonder why you're saying, and he said, you can't close the eye. And see like I'm going to mind and what's mine, and I said, can't close. I mean, I struggle to keep it open, you know, start thinking about somebody else. That was a 1 long hour. See, that was 1 hour. Somebody just decide to guess what? The only way they're going to overcome this, you're going to start thinking, I have to keep my eye open, my eye closed. You know, stop thinking about it. To the scene, I finished and I was still like ready for another band. Not being ready for another band, I became so relaxed. So sometimes it's when we continue to allow our past to influence our thoughts, then you find that our actions tend to repeat. You have to put your past behind you. Don't call it a failure. Call it a learning curve. Guys, call your past a learning curve. Don't see it as failures. See it as an educational lesson. Because the truth is, some of the things of our past is not necessarily our fault. Sometimes it's ignorance. Sometimes it's being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And things happening. And it affects. But what is important? See it as a learning curve. If you don't see it as a learning curve, you're going to struggle to find this. When you realize, well, let me move on to step 3. Step 3. Talk back to your feelings. Titus 2, verse 11 to 12. Talk back to your feelings. Each time you remember your past, you bring up feelings to you, not true. Am I right, America? Talk back to your feelings. We put far too much emphasis on our feelings. I'm not saying that we can divorce our feelings, but we have to be careful because we can't always trust our feelings. Especially women. Yes. There's some time when the month women can't trust their feelings. It's the truth. You cannot trust your feelings. Sometimes the environment that you're in creates a certain vibes. You ever walk in with happy and wake up in the morning and you start, you know, why is that? Are you never have the bad thing, you never have the night, you know? As my mother would say, she wake up and feel like a fish out of water. You ever wake up and feel like a fish out of water? You don't feel out of it. You ever look forward to your weekend, yes? And when you wake up Friday morning, say, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. And Friday evening come and say, yes, I'm going to sleep late in my bed Saturday morning. I'm going to just relax and you wake up Saturday morning and you sleep. You feel like when you're asleep, somebody do an extra and you take out a vital organ, take out your happy organ. And you're sad and you can't put your finger to it as to why you're sad. Your food is there, you eat your breakfast, but somehow seems as if something is missing. That's what feeling does. So we have to be careful that we don't put too much emphasis on our feelings. Because we think everything has to feel good for it is to be worthwhile. It's just one thing to say, especially when we have things to do. I don't feel like doing anything today. You know, one day I feel like it's the best thing. But you have a long list of things to do. You know, wake up one day and I just feel like I can't be bothered. You wish that you get, breakfast in bed and lunch in bed and dinner in bed. You just relax. You just being served. You look forward, you wake up one morning and you forgot you just like you don't want to feel it. And don't worry, miss it all. Let's say you're going to take 5 more minutes. And 5 minutes return, 510 minutes divided by 60. How much was that? Each other. Don't give your feelings so much authority over you. Because our feelings are highly unreliable. If you allow them, they will control and manipulate you. Do you know that? Your feelings can hold you captive and make you end up hurt people around you who care about you just by your feelings. Step 4. We're going to go to step 4. Reassure yourself in the word. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You have now to speak in the affirmative. I can. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That means start believing you can change. You have to start believing that you can change. If you don't believe it, you will never change. It doesn't matter if other person believes that you can change. You have to believe for yourself that you can change. Your beliefs control your behavior. So if you don't believe that you can change, you won't change. Your belief controls your behavior. The way you think determines the way you feel. You agree with that? The way you think determines the way you feel. That's why you have to be careful of the things that you put in your mind to. Because if you don't guard your mind, I'm telling you, the feeling will hold you captive. When our feelings become strong enough, they determine the way we act. When our feeling becomes strong enough, it determines the way we act. Step 5. Share each other's burden. Galatians 6, verse 2. Brethren, I want us to understand the importance of this. Make yourself accountable to someone. Nobody's an island. No man stands alone. Make yourself accountable to someone. What does this mean? The person who you're going to make yourself accountable to is the person who believes in you. A person who cannot believe in you and cannot see past your path is not worthy to be a part of your journey. You know you have a lot of people who want to know your story. But at the same time, that's all it is. Look at them say the story is juicy. But that's all it is. You need people who will believe in you. You have people who seek you out, you know. As if to say they are your guardian angel. But when they finish with you, you will get the deal and meet them. One of the signs that you know that a person is worthy to journey with you is when the person is still able to see you above your past and beyond your past. That means the person should be able to differentiate you as a person and your actions of the past. Okay, you have some person, when everything is all right, you go to them. But when there's a difference, they amplify the past. You know, one thing I struggle about, I struggle with as I serve God and serve people. And my job of my life, even now, is to serve people. Based on my 9 to 5 job, service in the church, as a counselor, spiritual service. Especially meeting persons who are broken, and God use you to mend them. When those same persons who would have got mended become butchers to destroy those who are not broken. And sometimes I say, God, don't help me. Because I realize that there are a lot of butchers